Hey guys, what's up? I'm Kelly Lynne D'Angelo, your dungeon master. I would love for you guys to use the hashtag GGG broadcast to offer up a name of an NPC. And also maybe in this tweet, give us a line to describe what kind of NPC you want to offer up, and you just might see them in this story.
If you like what you hear, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Welcome to Girls Guts Glory,
the broadcast.
Previously on the broadcast.
Do you guys want tattoos? I can do tattoos.
Alright, my turn.
I've killed a lot of people.
Well, alright then.
You will. Finally will kill you. Language, immaturity, drugs, terror, laxing, kissing boils, only kind of following the rules.
You guys are all at this party, currently finishing up the night while getting tattoos by your good friend Rekid that you have now met, who had told you that he has a key to Professor Adelwald's office. You guys are kind of waiting until the height of an opportune moment to both rest up and eventually sneak into his office without raising any suspicion. So with that, through a series of states kind of rather falling asleep or getting a tattoo, you all successfully have a long rest and are able to sleep throughout the night, even with the bumping techno music of Magic School in its background. Yeah, and then just like a sparkly sound, like a glittery sound of like a ball of magic shattering into glitter, which is like a big thing in this school. Because anytime I can insert glitter into this place, I'm going to do it. Glitter makes me happy. But you guys all awake with having a good rest, even kind of with your sore spots now on different parts of your body, whether it be your arm or your back with the tattoos. You just see in the corner, kind of like dozing off lazily against a window, is Rekid, sleeping.
I heard that hobbit spit is really good to put on your tattoos. Keeps it fresh. Does anyone know where we could get any hobbit spit?
Well, what's a hobbit?
You're rather like a hobbit, darling. You've never heard of a hobbit?
No, ma'am. What is that, like a type of food or?
Please tell me there's an encyclopedia lying
They're
around.
kind of like a dwarf.
Oh no, I'm
Mixed
not a
with a
dwarf. I'm a
halfling.
halfling. That's a little crazy.
With that, you guys kind of hear a shuffling body by the window and like kind of shuffles and like his eyes lazily look all towards you guys and he goes, I put a bunch of hobbits on bodies before. They're real fun.
Have you?
Hobbits on bodies.
Yeah.
You mean like a tattoo?
Yeah, and I've done the reverse.
Oh.
I've put also tattoos on hobbits. I've been around.
I was thinking of like a hobbit pyramid.
So what is... Wait, a hobbit
Yeah, what-
pyramid?
Hey,
Wait.
you guys all like are real cool. Can we be friends after this?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't see
I
why
mean,
not.
that'd
Okay.
be cool.
You guys like want to come to my like magic ball like tournaments and stuff? Maybe like cheer for me and stuff. Y'all are cool.
Sure.
Can we dress up?
I mean, that's expected.
Huck can do a backflip. I've seen him do
I
it.
can, but I'm not very good at it.
Thing being, y'all gotta get back into this school, and I got an alert this morning, and he kind of like takes a moment, and you can see his arm kind of shake off. And you guys all had this when you worked here, where like when you shake your arm, there's almost like an imprint of your day's schedule for you. If there's changes or anything like that, it glows in color. As he takes a moment, he kind of shakes his arm, and he looks up, and he's like, "Yeah, you're all on like the wanted school list, so that's weird."
I've always wanted to be wanted.
Wait, me?
I mean, no, not you, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
the people who used to go to the school. I think you guys are like formally like not just suspended, but like actually told that if anyone sees you to like flag someone in the school.
Well, that's
See
exciting,
that?
isn't it?
Did we ever tell him what was going on? Did we ever tell you what was going on?
No,
Okay. I don't really understand it.
I just know that you guys want to like stir some shit up, and I'm into it.
Yeah, I mean, we're some shit stirs. That's cool, right? I
Oh,
We
don't
should
know.
probably be in disguise from now on, since we all were able to get some good disguises and use code names we talked about.
Oh, I didn't get
Refresh my memory. Code names?
Well, I was saying that we probably shouldn't say our real names.
Agreed.
we should use code names from now on because we will be in disguise and we don't want to be like, oh, Celine, oh,
You're on the wanted
Barut.
list. Right.
Exactly. So, from now on, I want to be called Trixie.
Trixie.
What a name.
I'm not
Alright.
forget that.
Celine is Trixie.
Got it.
I've always wanted to be called Imogen.
Imogen.
Imogen. Name.
Imogen.
I read about it once.
Imogen.
Starla, what about you? Well, are you on the list? Do you have to change your name?
I mean, I know that they know about me, but I don't know if they know my name.
Let's change your name.
It might be a good idea for you both to be in disguise with code names as well, because after all, their creature did come after us. They know about you.
And when I was in that room, the professor lookalike did say that he knew about me and my friends. So it might not be a bad idea to give myself a new name.
If they know about us, why aren't we on that list?
Because we don't go to the school?
You
I
didn't
don't
have
know,
a
does it say
profile.
and friends?
Let me check. So he shakes his arm again, looks, and is like, no.
Well, I think it is better safe than sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't come up with code names. I just call myself Truck. I don't know. Somebody help me get a
How about Shadow? That feels like a
Shadow.
cool name.
Ooh, that's spooky. I like that.
Shadow.
Do you dig
Shadow.
it?
My name is Shadow.
I don't know,
man.
you're kind of like
Shadow.
edgy and stuff. I think that works, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Shadow. Y'all, I'm slippery like a shadow.
Wait, is your name Shadow? Is
Slippery
Starla's
like
name
Jo-
Shadow?
Oh, is your name Shadow?
Wait, who are you talking to?
I was
Really?
talking directly to you, sorry, Huck.
Oh.
Oh,
alright,
I thought you were talking to Huck. I mean, we could both be Shadow. It might be kind of
no,
confusing.
that's too many people.
Okay, I'll be Shadow.
Shadow.
Huck, you want to be Shadow? We could just call
No.
Huck Barry.
I don't want to be Barry.
Well, like,
'Cause
how
it's
about
like
like
Huckleberry, but-
Shadow and Shad don't?
What?
No.
What?
I thought it was a fun
Why am I
twist.
a don't? I want to be a dude.
Shadow and Shad.
Be Shadow.
Like a donut. Shadow and Shad.
I'm realizing that
How about Shad and Doe?
I think we
almost
should
dying
just-
has really changed my sense of
I
humor.
guess
I don't
I'm
know what's going on.
I guess I'm Shadow then.
Starla is Shadow, and Huck, you can be.
Don't give me something stupid.
Truck.
I mean, that was what I was gonna pick. It's not very good.
You know, I think Truck could work.
Okay.
Truck is darling. Farut, what about you?
How about Mortimer?
What?
Mortimer. Did I say
And-
Mortimer?
Rekid, you must play this game with us.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. I want you guys to give me a name, yeah.
How about you're just cool? Hey, cool.
I am, though.
I mean, your name's cool
It's
to start
literal.
out with.
Oh, wait, you're saying my name. I like it. That's sweet. Can it be spelled with, like...
Okay.
No, that's weird.
Like
With a
a
Q?
certain beverage. I don't see why not.
Like...
Like
Q-
Q.
UL.
Like Q.
Cool.
Q.
Cool.
Yeah.
Q. Is it cool or Q? No, it's like a silent... Ew,
Cool.
So it's just cool. Cool.
I think I don't like Trixie anymore.
It's too late. I wrote
Darling
it down.
sister, you can change it to whatever you want.
You feel like Buck like slowly peeking out and like looking at everybody while they're all getting cool nicknames.
Buck, you can be Straps.
No.
Bandit.
No.
Wait.
No.
He's
No.
like his
Marshmallow.
whip panning to everybody right now.
He's my buddy. I get to
His
I'm
eyes got really excited by Marshmallow. There was something
But
in
that's
them.
not like a. What about like?
He like jumped out and like starts sniffing you like you have
I
marshmallows
like.
on you.
Oh, come here, little marshmallow.
I think you're setting up false expectations for him because now he thinks that you got some marshmallows.
well,
on you.
maybe I do.
Do
You said it.
you?
You said it. Then he goes over to you and starts
gee.
sniffing you.
All right.
All
Here's
right,
a
let's-
good berry. But
let's-
it's gonna taste like marshmallows because it's what you want. Here,
Yeah.
eat it.
Let's stop saying the M
Try it,
word.
He takes a moment and he like eats it slowly, and then like falls back in glee as he rolls around, tasting the sensation of marshmallow.
I told you. No, he has to have like a cool name.
That's
That's
why I
my
said
name.
Bandit.
Isn't that my name?
No, not that. No.
I
God,
think
not everything's about you.
I think his name should be Scooter.
Scooter.
And Scooter.
That's adorable.
Okay. Hey, bud. Hey, bud.
He like sits up from like this like weird cross-eyed glee.
How do you feel about Scooter?
He like gives you like a raccoon thumbs up and then just like falls back again,
Dope.
enjoying the marshmallow.
Scooter it is. Truck and Scooter.
And Celine, who are you?
I'll just be Trixie because I can't think of anything else.
Hey, listen, that's like a good name, and also you're the leader, and you like kind of stepped up and said a name.
You could be
So-
specialer.
Don't be special. Don't
Specialist.
Be like
I
special.
never want
Don't
to
be like
hear
special at
that
all.
word again.
Dude, she like tried real hard to like date me. It was awkward.
She also
She
killed
tried
our
very hard to
friend for a
kill
minute.
me.
Yeah.
So-
For a hot second, you were dead.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
remember.
lame.
Did you have a
Kind of.
near-death experience?
I had a death experience.
Oh yeah, what'd you see? Did you see
Full death
anything?
experience.
Just blackness and nothingness. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing.
That's so cool.
What a
Anyway,
relief.
that's my name too now, I guess.
Cool.
You guys, I do think though that with the time of day and the way that everything kind of panned out, we might have a slight opportune moment to kick down that door to the office.
Oh, perfect.
But if y'all are gonna follow me, number one, we got our names. Number two, you got disguises, you said?
Yes.
That might be the safest thing to do. I also have, one second. And he like stands up and he walks over to the nearby closet and he opens it. And you see inside all of these uniforms. And he points to it and he's like, I got also the Magiball stuff. So if you guys want to like pretend you're part of my team or something, like that might be a good guise.
Druzilda heads straight for the streamers.
Well, I mean, I think I still got Soraya's cloak on.
Whatever you guys want, I was just thinking maybe it's a good like cover.
It is probably a good idea. So I straighten my blonde wig and my glasses, and I go and I put on one of the robes.
Okay, sounds good. What do you guys? What kind of costumes and disguise are you all doing?
I'm going to dress up in one of the magical uniforms.
All right, sounds good. You throw on one of those.
Are there any like hats or?
Yeah, there's
What?
like a supportive kind of cheering crowd, hats and streamers and fun things, but there's also the outfits for the actual team as well.
I think I'm gonna put on one of those really loud hats, pile all my hair inside of that hat,
All right, sounds
and
good.
pull it real low down over my eyes.
Yeah,
not,
full groupie,
not-
groupie.
Yeah, not to the point where I can't see, but to the point where it will be harder for everyone else to see my face.
Sounds good. And what about you, Huck?
I'm putting on one of the uniforms.
All right, sounds good. Teammate?
So, sorry, we're disguising ourselves with the paraphernalia for the ball, not our disguise.
Oh,
kits.
no, this is for Magiball. This is for the like
the
sports
prom.
team. The sports
Oh,
team.
okay, got it.
But we're also using our disguise.
If you guys want. Yeah, he said
think
you got a couple options here.
Okay.
Probably safer.
Well,
if we
it'll
do.
take an hour for it to enact, right? So I'll put my orc disguise kit on,
Okay.
and then while I'm waiting for that to kick in, I grab like some sort of helmet thing that comes down low over my face with a grill.
So you're like an orc with a grill on it. That's
Hell
great.
no.
Yeah, you're the I guess what would they call it, quarterback? Not quarterback, but in like the defensive. I don't watch football. Oh gosh. But you're the one that stands
The
there.
Defensive lineman.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're
Defensive lineman,
if we're
yes.
taking the time to do
Sounds right.
disguise kits, I'll put more effort into my look.
Yeah, and he tells you guys you do have a little bit of time, probably like an hour window. So if y'all have 1 hour to put on these disguises, that's pretty much it. And then right at the hour mark, y'all better go. So Starla, what are you disguising yourself as?
Oh well, I'm gonna keep my big old hat because I
Yeah.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll use my disguise kit to also put on like a blonde straight wig. just change my general appearance to look like a different halfling
Great.
because I can't change my hat. I'm too
So you're
small.
just fully disguising yourself so you don't get caught.
Oh yeah,
Sounds good.
but I'm still Soraya.
I am as well. I'm wearing my my disguise that I got from the
Beauty shop.
beauty shop, yes. My blonde wig and glasses, because I want to look like a student.
Okay, sounds good. So you rather put on your student drab, or you guys don the equipment of the team?
Well, I want to look like a teammate student, right? There are students as well who play on the team.
Yes, but there's like a different outfit. So the student outfit is like robes, and the team outfit is like a different color instead of robes. That is a bit more, has more padding on it, and it looks a little bit more firm.
I am wearing the team outfit, but with I am playing a blonde-haired glasses team member.
Sounds good. So all of you guys get ready. He kind of takes a moment and looks down at his schedule as like one of them starts to illuminate, which is like a 30-minute or so warning before classes begin. He takes a moment, he's like, all right, we got a narrow window. You guys ready to go? We got about 30 minutes before actual class begins, yeah?
Okay.
Ready to rock?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. So he kind of like stands up, he like cracks his head a couple times, cracks his knuckles, and just starts to strut out of the door with his swagger that he inanely has. As you guys are following behind him one by one, there's folks that are starting to kind of begin the day very early in the morning. Some students who are rushing to the library who just want to get all their work done. You have a couple kids who are probably off to go and help with different sort of work study programs that they have, heading off to work, but they're all kind of currently keeping their head low or looking around. Nobody's passing you twice and like investigating who and what you are. There are a couple guards that kind of gruffly stand nearby, and as they pass Rekid, he kind of gives them a nod, and there's a moment that they look kind of quizzically at you all, but he goes like, early team practice, they're just newbies, they need to learn. And the guard's like, okay, yeah, sure, kind of shrugs and nods at Rekid as he continues along his way. However, when you guys start to wind up, you are hitting that third level of the main interior quad, which is not an area that many students are traversing in the morning. This is more professors or high masters or folks who are a little bit more prestigious. You're not necessarily going in the direction that you would expect for a morning team practice. And as you guys are winding up that third staircase, he takes a moment, he's like, I got this, but like, we might bump into one or two people who are gonna be like a problem for us. So let's just keep the geysers up and let's play, yeah? Cracks his head twice and kind of does this thing.
Are we
He
actually
starts to
going
kind
to
of-
have to play?
What?
Are we actually going to have to play?
I don't know. That's such a good question. We're gonna find out, aren't we? And he takes a moment and kind of walks down the hallway as he begins to walk forward. As this is happening, there's one door that opens in the direction that he's trying to walk you guys towards. This door opens and he takes a moment and he kind of like goes and he almost does a full turnaround and walks in the opposite direction. And you guys all kind of trailing him, almost do like the spiral with him, but not before he hears a voice behind him. He goes, "Oh, hello. Is that you, Rekid? Oh, it's so nice to finally see you. It's Gavin Rex. It's me. It's Gavin." And this guy just kind of runs out, this dragonborn that you see, like kind of runs up to Rekid and like stops him on the other side. And he goes, "I'm so happy to finally see you. Have you thought about my application to like come play with everybody?" And Rekid's just like, "Oh yeah, Gavin. Yeah. Oh man. Well, the team's not really looking for new recruits." And then Gavin like looks at all of you guys and goes, "Then what's this?"
Oh, we were recruited a while ago. We just didn't get training until now.
I'm just like a really big fan of the sport.
Starla is doing a really good voice.
My name is Shadow.
I am so sorry.
What the heck was that?
I am not good at doing other accents.
So as you guys are all talking, and this Gavin is looking from Rekid to all of you, from Rekid to all of you. Can I have you guys make a group? It can be a deception check, please, to see if y'all can pass behind Gavin's eyes.
21.
19.
19. Wow.
12.
Okay.
I'm the rogue. I should be better at this.
10.
10.
I got a 17.
Okay. So the group check is a pass. As you see Gavin take a moment and look at all of you guys and go, "Well, if you didn't want a new recruit, you could have just at least let me try." like, as Gavin like starts to cry, and then Rekid like doesn't know what to do, as he's like, man, it's not my fault, but like, you're like a storm sorcerer from like a place called Tickleberry. It's just like, you gotta like, and as he's crying openly, you gotta like learn how to like, you know, get those skills harder on your body. You know, you need to know that this game is tough. And this guy is just crying. Gavin is just sobbing openly, the 6'2" dragonborn on the floor. This adventuring academy means everything to me, and I just don't. Wish everyone.
Hey buddy, it's okay. You know, sometimes we're not good at the stuff we like, but that's actually fine, because you're gonna find other things that you like a lot that you're really, really good at. You just gotta keep trying.
I'm good at storms.
Well, there you go. Do you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Look
it
at
makes-
that. You're way better than us.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, I can't do anything with storms except for be bothered by them.
Yeah, same.
But I want to showcase school spirit.
I mean,
How about you can be the #1 fan of the Magiball team, and you are just known as the head of the Magiball fan club?
President of the fan club. You want to be president? Oh, that's a pretty
yeah,
nice title.
and
Oh, good golly.
you could
He
like,
takes a moment and kind of stands up on 2 feet now. Sniffling that dragonborn snot.
I mean, you could like, do thunder and stuff to like emphasize stuff for like the team.
Yeah, like when they score points and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Chant.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea. Okay. Well then,
Totally.
I'm gonna go get started on that. Oh, okay. Bye, guys. Have a good game tomorrow or tonight or whenever you guys have the game. Bye. And he kind of like waves goodbye to you, and he kind of stumbles a little bit from sniffling. But he looks back with a recharged hope as he makes his way down the staircase.
You're our best fan.
And then Rekid kind of like takes a moment and he like lets go of his breath and he goes, "That's the sort of thing I was worried about. Well, I'm glad we all took care of that. Poor Gavin."
Wasn't too bad.
Wait, so, okay, hold on. Is his name Gavin with a G?
Yeah,
Oh.
Gavin Rex, you know, that guy.
Man, I've been Southern for so long, I almost forgot how to talk like anyone else.
Well, here's the thing. Let's just keep our head low, because if we have another one of those, that's gonna be another test. As he kind of just continues to walk forward towards past that door that was open and keeps his head low. So with that, can I have everybody roll a stealth check?
Okie dokie. Woo! I love these dice.
Good thing I'm lucky.
Oh no.
Much better.
22.
7.
12.
Oh.
Nat.
19.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay. Well, with that,
I'm steady as heck.
Rekid also rolled pretty high. So all of you guys catch that there are a couple guards at the main points around here who are actively looking for folks. However, once more, when Rekid walks up to what appears to be underneath the plaque, you see Professor Adelwald. Very shiny, shiny plaque, and you see a lock there. He takes a moment as one of the guards approaches him. However, he looks to all of you, nods, and walks over to the guard before the guard gets too close to all of you. As you guys can kind of hear their conversation mumbling from a distance, you hear something about Rekid talking about how the team needs one of the game plans, and Adelwald was helping them strategize because he's one of the kids who has the keys to the office. And there seems to be some sort of discussion, if not this guard knowing him or Rekid saying all the right things, that the guard actually turns around and leaves without any sort of suspicion. Rekid turns back around, very slowly makes his way back to all of you, lowers his voice and goes, "We're good." As you can see him put the key into the slot, turn it, and you see a shimmer, almost as if this lock is magically enchanted or has some sort of ward against it. And you hear the door slowly open. He takes a moment and he pops his head in and he goes, "Professor? Professor?" And then he takes one step in to the very dark room and motions all of you guys to get in as quickly as possible.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna lean into Fruit and I'm gonna go, wow, he's a real smooth talker, huh?
Where did he get that key?
He had it.
How?
I forget.
I forget too. I'm just gonna dodge roll in there.
He
Yeah,
had
he's
a
one of the head students.
conversation with one of his frat brothers about it and was able to get one.
Smooth.
Starla was there.
I like a resourceful
Yeah.
person.
You guys subtly whisper in a very long entrance to the door.
Druzilda's looking around the room.
Okay, so yes, the room is pitch black. He closes it behind him and he hits a switch that automatically ignites with a light spell all of these lights that are within the actual room. The room is quite large. It's actually probably about 40 by 40 feet. It's a pretty big office. A giant desk in the center. And all these sorts of other tables filled high with different books and sort of concoctions. And you actually see in the center a circle that is almost made in a perfect circle that's probably used for certain conjurations. You know that Adelwald has a very specific and special spell casting ability that he's clearly exercising in this room, so it makes sense. It doesn't alarm you. You've seen this before in some of your lab classes for conjuration and things of that sort.
Should anyone stay outside the door to keep watch, or how are we going to deal
Perhaps
with?
we should lock it. That way we'll hear if someone else unlocks it.
All right, with that, you hear Rekid catching this. He locks it right away as you guys enter the door, and the lights are all up. So, can I have you roll an investigation check as you're looking
Do you
around
want
the
us
room?
all to, or just?
For now, let's just have it be Druzilda.
15.
Okay. So as you're kind of looking around the room slowly as everybody else is filtering in, you catch a couple of things. All of these books and all of the journals around this room right now are a lot for... They don't seem to be very interesting at all. Most of these books are open to kind of inconclusive pages, things that seem to be things for planning certain courses, nothing alarming. You check the sort of like magic chalkboard that kind of like just if you like literally press your hand against it, what appears when you're thinking about it, which is a pretty great device. Hey, science, create that for us. But as you take a moment and you press your hand against it, like you can tell that there's nothing interesting, no equations, alarming, no drawings that are kind of stirring you. But the thing that's most interesting is that the circle in the center of the room seems to be faintly active, almost like something recently has gone through there.
Does anyone know what a portal looks like? Because I'm pretty sure this might be a portal.
No.
No.
I mean, maybe. Does it look like the portal I saw at my family's farm?
I don't know if you saw a portal like this. This is different. If you saw almost like a warp within the atmosphere, I would say more so. That something came out of
Or
it.
like a crop circle.
Like something that was actually hovering horizontal to the atmosphere.
Huh.
This is on the floor and just there.
I pick up an eraser and I throw it in.
It kind of bounces off the center of it.
Oh, as though there's like a force pushing back? Or
No, just kind of
falls?
bounces and...
I don't think it's active.
I'm sure there has to be some sort of magic to ignite its powers.
Well, I mean, weren't you all the ones going to school for magic?
Yes. But I was mostly
You guys want to
studying
make an Arcana
Cartog.
check?
I
Those
was,
who did go to
yeah.
school? Yeah. Please make an Arcana check.
Enchantment, really.
I was not a very good student.
I was not either.
Me neither. 6.
We
For
spent too
enchantment,
much
at
time
least.
thinking about boys.
And nail polish.
Let me see if I can remember anything.
My skills lie
Nope.
more in math.
Yeah, you guys
That's
are
a
not
nine.
familiar with what this sort of enchantment or inscription might be. It's very hard to tell.
I must not have snuck into that class.
I would like to do an investigation as well. I'm looking around the room, seeing what I can find.
Sure.
10.
You find that you unfortunately draw the same conclusions that Druzilda did. There's nothing else of here that seems of interest other than this circle.
I would like to go walk over to the desk that's in the middle of the room and see if I can open up any of the drawers on the desk.
As you do so, you can open up every single one of them without any trouble. It's interesting. Everything you guys are finding here is incredibly ordinary. There is nothing here that would point to anything being suspicious.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, he's not going to hide any incriminating information in his office that's in the school. Incriminating?
Incriminating.
Incriminating. You know.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, why don't we... I think we might need that book.
Celine, you must be dying of curiosity about Kobold.
I know.
Is there a closet?
Maybe we could find him. Should we go look for him?
I don't know. I would like to know more before
Going to find Kobold.
going to find Kobold.
There's two like barred closets in the back, but you guys have opened them up and looked through them and sifted through them. Nothing of any interest. A lot of old papers and old books. But again, it's almost like a perfect teacher's office.
I bet there's like a spell that lets you see into another dimension of this very same office that has all of our answers.
Maybe
I
like
could
some
remember.
weird ingredients or something to throw on that circle, or does he have like a
I
Like a
forgot my
small-
sage at home.
small piece of paper with some like weird words written on it, like a
I create a
keyword?
bonfire in it.
From a distance, yes. You
Yeah.
create the bonfire. It bonfires on up.
Just a little whoosh.
Yep, it whooshes on up. You see the burning. You catch a couple of the loose pages that kind of kicked up from the
Oopsie-daisies.
ash, but otherwise no. However, that definitely did create a little bit of a heat and smoke situation in this room.
Is there a window?
Yeah, there's two windows that look out into the outer courtyard of the school.
I'm gonna pry one open so some of the smoke can get out, so we're not as
That
obvious.
might draw some
As you take a moment and you
attention.
try to pry it open, Racket kind of comes over and like takes a moment with you and he goes, "Hey, there's a secondary key to open up any of those windows because anyone could crawl into them. So any sort of access point. I don't have access to the key for the window."
All right, never mind. Maybe no more
Sorry.
fires though, so we don't.
Yeah,
have,
it's
like,
kind of
smoke.
smoky. Like he takes a moment, he takes one of the books and he tries to like
Yeah.
fan it.
I'm gonna grab
with you.
some papers and
Yeah.
start to just
Yeah.
fan.
He's walking around, him fanning this. There's like a moment that he keeps fanning it, and he just takes one step too many into that circle, and the moment that he does, he vanishes.
Oh,
I think we gotta step in this.
Oh no.
Throw.
No, we
Listen,
can't throw
He's our
anyone.
buddy, and he just went through there, so
Were you
I'm gonna
going
go.
to suggest we
Okay?
should throw the guinea pig
Okay?
in there?
I'm gonna go. All right.
The badger. What
All
did
right.
I hear?
I said
What is
raccoon. In the circle.
Raccoon.
Okay, so yeah, you take a moment, you step foot, and Buck was already about to leap out of your overalls and go with you. But the moment you do, you also hit this circle, and you can just feel your body get sucked into something.
Oh,
Okay, well, he's a
great.
raccoon, and I'm gonna follow after Buck and Hug.
Oh.
And I'm following.
Excuse me, my name is Truck.
All right.
We're bears. You're not even here. You went through the portal.
You do the same. You step in. You feel your body kind of get sucked into some sort of thin tube.
That's such a good
So-
noise.
Celine and Druzilda look at each other, and I shrug.
Should we? Like, I feel like bad, but also like, what is in there?
The day is young. Can't be too bad. And I hop in.
Up. Well, if she's going.
Yours.
As you guys slowly, one by one, get the sound from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory as Augustus Gloop is going up the tube. It's the exact sound.
One of my costumes is literally a Gustus glue.
That's amazing.
That's one of the
Comps,
disguises.
yeah.
Perfect.
You're the last one.
So I'm just alone in this room. Well, I guess I'll go too.
You step in and get sucked into that very thin tube as well. And what you guys experience is this. There's a moment that everything around you feels cold. Like you are going somewhere that is... the temperature is just astronomically different from the comfortable atmosphere of Candlekeep. You guys are taking a moment and you're kind of getting your bearings, your eyes are adjusting to the environment. Your lungs are sucking in this air that is much colder. And as you take a moment, Huck being the first one there, Rekid took one step out as well. And what you see is this. Depends on your vision. What are you? And you're a halfling, so you do not have dark vision. Rekid takes a moment and catches, like, can hear somebody else go through what he just went through, and takes a moment and goes into his pocket and lights a very, very small lighter of some sort that he had on him, something to like create a very small flame. And he takes a moment as he had kind of set it aflame and is looking around. You are in almost this cold obsidian like room, like a cavern, and it's just cold.
So it's not like a structured room. It's
No, it's like in a cold obsidian cavern. And you can see beneath you from this very small flame he has in his hand, that beneath you is a very similar looking circle as he takes this moment out of it and walks out of it. You do the same, and as that moment happens, other friends of yours, one by one, appear within that circle.
Oh, it's real dark.
Reckon, do you know what this is?
No idea. But I don't know where we are. I think we might be
Far away.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is real.
You're not supposed to be able to leave the school.
Well, if you're a professor like Adelwald and you're into some weird spooky cryptid shit, I bet you can.
Yeah. Hey
Oh,
guys,
pardon
what's
me.
up?
I don't
Hi.
mean to
Sorry,
curse.
does anybody have a stronger light than this? This is barely mid.
I got a torch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let
I'll
me
light a torch.
douse this.
Can you light?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure. So he takes his hand before he douses it and lights up your torch and then puts it out in his hand.
I'm going to cast light on my hand as well.
Sounds good. Light becomes active in your hand. So yes, you guys are in no more than a 15 by 10 foot dark, drippy, obsidian-like cavern. You see that there is a very narrow passageway that's leading away from this. This is the only exit point from here that you can witness. It's no more than 5 feet wide and maybe 8 feet tall. It is some sort of rudimentary cavern, very rudimentary, but it does look natural.
Well, it seems like there's only one way to go.
Oh, look. Buck, do I see marshmallows up ahead?
Don't say that, no!
As he hops out of your overall and begins to
that,
walk
no!
forward. He's
Gonna
going
run
to
after him.
investigate.
Oh, jeez.
He's going to investigate for
You're gonna
marshmallows.
put him in danger!
He runs ahead pretty fast. He's a fast little raccoon with little
Running as
raccoon
fast
hands.
as I can behind him.
As you're starting to walk through, there is no light though. So once he gets further ahead from the light source, it's actually much harder for you to see because of a couple of twists and turns. It's not a refined, like there are dips and there are kind of turns to the left sometimes by 2 feet, to the right sometimes by 2 feet. This is all natural. So right away, light becomes diffused within about 15 to 20 feet. So he's scurrying ahead and you can barely hear where he's going after about 20 feet of trying to follow him. As he's scurrying.
Druzilda!
I'm following.
Druzilda, if he gets lost, I'm never gonna forgive you. He's a little baby.
Don't you know that
No!
testing on
I'm
animals
just
is
gonna run
wrong?
forward
You
and
overshot
start
them. The
yelling his name.
marshmallows are here.
I'm gonna start
And I
yelling
shake
his
my
name as I
baggie.
run
Oh.
through the cavern, just like in a panic.
All right. Well, can I know everyone's party order as you guys are running through? You can only go
I'm
through
first.
one person at a time.
Last.
I'm first.
Druzilda's right behind Huck.
Okay, sounds good.
It's like trialing a
I'm right behind Druzilda.
Huck,
school of puppies.
Druzilda.
Yes.
Who's behind Druzilda?
Me.
Starla,
Starla.
Celine.
Celine, and then Fruit, and then I guess Rekka will take up the rear. He's confused.
Yeah, he will.
About what's happening. Stop it.
Sorry.
That was a good catch. Tripped up your
In
DM
case you
there.
needed a reminder,
Um,
this show is not PG.
We have
So-
a warning in the beginning.
One by one, you guys are trying to catch up with Huck, who's starting to stumble through and slow down just because it's very hard to see. So right away, you're kind of like hitting a dark wall, and then you have to take a moment, and then you have to like figure out where it's going. It's like being in an empty black hall of mirrors. Like you just can't see which direction you're going in. So Druzilda, because you have dark vision, you're able to kind of get to the back of Huck, and everybody else kind of one by one is able to catch up with you as you're in panic, and as the light at least comes a little bit closer, so you're able to see further in front of you. And what you see is this: Buck shaking, like completely petrified, in a very large dripping cavern. With a bunch of stalactites like dripping from the top of this area. It's rudimentary, and it's no more than about 80 feet by 80 feet. But what you see is this: these dark shadows, almost the moment that this light comes into it, like eating up the light. There's this sort of pervading shadow, and you see something dancing within the shadow. And it looks like Buck is petrified of it. So I'm gonna need all y'all to roll initiative, as something is clearly there.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, real quick,
Didn't
my boy? I have marshmallows in my pocket just waiting for him.
wait, but I thought
That's gonna be my bonus action that I'm gonna do top. So let's say I hope for.
didn't you have a torch, Rachel?
Yeah.
Yes,
it
but
didn't
because
use
of
it
the
in
way
here
the
because
way
it's
that the kind of cavern dipped and turned, it was very hard to see. And right now with this torch, the shadow is almost in eating up the color of the torch, providing about half the light that you would expect. It's very
Okay.
odd. Okay.
My initiative's so
All right. What is 20 and up? Anybody?
Me? I'm 19 plus 9
Wow.
Oh wow.
Why's your
That is
initiative so
really
high?
because I'm a ranger and I have high dex.
Really high dex.
9 plus
Plus
9?
9?
Yeah, my initiative is plus 9 according to D&D Beyond.
Wow. That is very high.
That sounds crazy.
It might depend on the feat. We'll have to check
Yeah,
that
I
out
think
later.
It wouldn't
But-
let me like falsely calculate something. It does this all for me. I think I probably took a feat or something.
That would make sense. All right. Either way.
That's crazy.
That's crazy high. 20 and below.
I have 15.
20 to 15. You have 15?
Mhm.
Great.
I have 11.
11. 13 for fruit.
8.
You have 11, Druzilda.
Yes.
And then 8 for
Celine.
All right.
I have the alert feat.
That would do
That's
it.
what it
It's a
is.
plus 5.
I was like,
Nice feat.
how the hell
Good choice.
do you have plus 9 initiative?
Okay.
I'm fast.
So first
Oh,
up,
man.
Huck. You can't see anything.
Well, I'm gonna run in and scoop up Buck.
Okay. With your full speed, full
Yeah.
movement?
Yeah.
All right, you run up and you scoop up Buck as quickly as you can. But it's odd. You have a torch in front of you. And even with that torch in front of you, there's no light in front of you. It's all behind you right now. So something in front of you is clearly just darkness that is currently eating away all of your light source. So that is your current movement. And because you were a little far away, you still have an action. You still have a bonus action. You're not that far away. You moved 30 feet, right? You have 30 or 25 feet.
Yeah, my speed's 25.
I would say that you're exactly about 25 feet away from Buck
Okay.
from the moment you caught him.
I'm gonna scoop him up and
Okay.
and put him in my overalls. And
Right, I would say that would take a bonus action at least, or an action to do. So you can choose which one that would be. It's not too crazy just to pick up your raccoon and shove him in your overalls.
I'm going to say it's a what? Yeah, say it's a bonus action and then do some primeval awareness.
Okay, so you take a moment, you focus on that, and then you will choose primeval awareness, which means in 1 mile you're able to dissect what again? Any sort of.
I can sense any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiend, or undead.
You feel 3 or so. I think it's how many, right? Or no?
It's not how many.
Damn.
It's not how many.
I gave a number, and I shouldn't have done that.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
But screw
reveal
it.
location or number.
Screw it. Right now you feel 3 elementals. So that's what you feel.
Okay.
Okay. That is Jordan.
Wait, remind me what an elemental is.
It's an element.
Like snow or
Like
It can be
fire.
any sort of conjured
Like a
thing from a
phoenix.
plane of like sources of nature.
like thunder.
Yeah, like
Or-
you can like lightning, fire, water.
Okay.
There's all different sort of
Oh,
elements.
like elements of the earth.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly,
got it.
exactly.
But it's like it's a creature of that element.
There are specific
Okay.
planes, like there's a like fire plane. And there's
But these
fire
are all
elementals,
things too
but-
that you guys would probably be learning in your
Yeah.
studies, but aren't advanced enough
Yeah.
in yet. So
Okay.
your question is actually quite accurate in terms
So
of
like
being
an
like, what
abominable
is that?
snowman. is an
Yeah.
elemental of the snow.
Totally. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. That's
Okay.
Like
that's
a
actually
phoenix
accurate.
is
I've
an
always
elemental
wondered.
fire.
This seemed like a good time to ask.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Okay.
It's a good question.
Except Starla
Um,
doesn't know any of this.
That's true.
Yeah, neither. does that.
Okay.
I've
So,
done that.
Right away, however, from that interaction, you feel something whacking down on you. What's your AC?
15.
All right, that is a 17, and the second attack does not hit. So that is going to be against you. You feel this thwup and this thwup almost against your body, like something's trying to hit you for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. As you can feel something just whack into you, and you guys don't even see what this is. You just see this like sort of shadow almost attacking Huck. It's hard to tell. It looks like air. It looks like air is hitting Huck. It is completely hard to see, and you cannot see a physical creature. You can just tell that Huck's getting hurt.
Is Buck safe though?
Buck currently is okay. He attacked you. Or it. Or they. Or the thing. Or the shadow. Or the nightmare.
Touch my
or
baby.
the non-existent thing. Okay, moving along. It's Buck's turn. So Buck looks out from underneath your overalls and is going to try to scratch him for not much.
What a good boy.
Well, it has to be a disadvantage.
He's the best boy.
Still does really good. Wow. Wow.
He's my boy.
And scratches for a total of 2 points of damage. But he finds leverage with his tiny little claws and is able to kind of like claw at the air, and you can see slowly like some parts of like some wind kind of catching his tiny little claws as he's trying to defend you. That's his turn. Starla, it's your turn.
I guess I'm just going to try and attack it with my rapier.
All right. So you're gonna run up to it with 25 feet of movement?
Yeah, and just swing in the darkness.
Sounds good. I need you to roll with disadvantage. You can't see it.
I can attack whatever shadow is there for a total of 8.
Does not hit. Starla just runs up and like slices at the air and can't quite find any leverage.
So then as a bonus action, I'm going to hide.
Currently, there's the only place you could hide is behind your friend. Do you want to hide behind Huck here?
Sure.
Okay, so you dip behind Huck and you just hide as much as you can behind him.
Mhm.
Okay, sounds good. All right, that is your turn. Farut, what do you want to do?
Are there any rock formations that I could fly up to and perch upon?
Most of these are conical in their shape.
Upside down.
You wouldn't be able to find leverage unless you like deeply put your claws into it and find it. I think you'd have to like look around and try to find one that was like partially broken for you to stand on. They naturally are more conical in their shape.
I'm going to use Radiant Sunbolt.
Ooh, okay. So you take a moment and use your ranged spell attack, knowing that you're somewhere within the vicinity of this thing. You put your hand out and you unleash this bolt of magical radiant energy. So you can roll a disadvantage.
Oh. Well, that's going to be an 8.
An 8. It goes wide as your bolt kind of like misses whatever target you think you're going for, and it just blows apart one of the stalactites nearby. Thankfully, they're clinging pretty hard to the ceiling, but you have fundamentally blown apart a part of one stalagmite as all of the shards of the rock go aghast. Like they could talk. Aghast. That's not. Anyway, it's the sound it makes. Aghast. So.
Right, I'm just going to step into the shadows then at that point.
Okay.
And make myself
Unseen?
scarce.
Okay, sounds good. You kind of dip into the shadows and try to remain quiet. Druzilda, it's your turn.
So I would like to spend 2 sorcery points to cast Quickened to turn an action into a bonus action. That'll be True Strike.
Okay,
To give me
sounds
an
good.
insight into the target's defenses.
True Strike, and I think that's, let me double check that spell. So you extend your hand and point a finger at a target in range, and you're able to just cast advantage into the defenses. So you use that to upgrade into your action, so you can attack right now with a straight roll.
Okay, I'm gonna attack it with Chromatic Orb,
Nice.
and I'm gonna do cold damage.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so 16.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, hits.
Okay. And then. So. And by the way, I'm casting it at 2nd level. So it'll be 4d8. 4?
Do you need some D8?
Yes, please.
48. 48 dice.
4d8
How many-
dice.
how many do you
yes.
have?
Thank you. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so 5, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
Nice. 15 cold damage. You take a moment and you feel like you freeze something midair. that you can't even see. And the ice kind of breaks away and falls apart from it, but there's something there. There's some sort of presence in the air, in this area that you have successfully managed to hit. So there's that. Okay, it is now Celine's turn.
I am going to use my action to transform using my radiant soul.
Mm-hmm.
So my eyes glow and my wings sprout, and my whole body kind of turns a golden color. And with my bonus action, I am going to cast my spiritual weapon at the point that I just saw Celine's ice fall from.
Okay, sounds good.
So is it at disadvantage?
Still at disadvantage, unfortunately.
18.
Still hits. Roll for damage.
And I also get to deal an extra 4 radiant damage.
Nice. What are you summoning in terms of a spiritual weapon?
So I get my normal sword. It's just like a long sword that glows with fire, and it just
Hack away at the
hacks
sky.
away at the sky. Yes. Let me see. This is 1d8. So it is 7 force damage
Nice.
and
Okay.
4 radiant damage.
Yeah, you take a moment, you slice down that weapon of yours. It is cutting through something. There's something tangible there. You can feel a little bit of wind beneath you, Huck, or Starla. Even you feel like a gust of something dancing, almost like something is there. There's a presence, but you cannot see it. However, you can see your two friends shooting above you, and it is kind of hitting something right around you guys. So that is your turn.
So 11 total.
11 total. Sounds good. So from the top of this turn, I believe spiritual weapon is a bonus action. Am I crazy here? Good. So do you have an action?
My action was turning
Oh,
into
unfurling
my-
yourself. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So from the top, it's Huck's turn. What would you like to do?
Okie dokie. Well, I've been seeing them attack this specific location.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this little ability where I have 2-weapon fighting, and I don't really think my arrows are going to be that helpful. So I'm going to take my 2 short swords and just slashity slash.
All right, sounds
in the air.
good. With a disadvantage, please.
Okie dokie.
You're bucking in the sky, like Buck.
Disadvantage. Oof. Duh.
Slash, shitty slash.
That's just a 10.
It does not hit, but you have 2-weapon fighting, you said? So
I
you get
do.
a secondary turn?
Yeah.
A secondary chance?
I attack with one and then I attack with the other. No, that's still gonna be a 10.
You're pulling a Starla. You're slicing at the sky with your weapons. The two of you guys in like an anime style. I see the two of you just kind of like with your cheeks kind of rosy. Yeah. Like trying to stab in the sky, but unfortunately did not make it. But you take your defensive stance. I'm assuming you stay where you are, knowing Starla's behind you.
Yeah.
And try to just keep your ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's now its turn once more as it takes a moment and it kind of seems to there's something like some wind kicking up or some sort of stirring as you can feel its presence grow. It's hard to tell exactly, but you just know that this thing is creating some sort of stirring in the sky. What's your AC, Celine?
Oh no.
A billion! It's a billion!
11.
Million.
What?
While you're in,
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in. What am I with that?
don't you get something else?
No.
Oh.
I forgot to cast my mage armor. So.
Oh.
11.
Okay. Baby. You suddenly feel a force come at you, like right at you, like a fast motion. This wind kick out of you. It's gonna hit you twice. For that is 15 points of bludgeoning damage on the first hit. Then the second hit is 10 points of bludgeoning damage. So hits you twice. Whack! As you kind of feel yourself getting slapped out pretty much out of existence from the sheer power of whatever this thing is. However, you guys can't see anything except Celine like almost crumble. You guys can hear the sound of something breaking. You can see her getting hurt, but it's from something that you cannot see. So that's its turn. Buck takes a moment and just is going to hide in your overalls.
That's fine.
Out of
buddy.
pure fear. Successfully does so,
Thank
at least to his knowledge.
You stay
And
safe.
that moves to Starla's turn.
I'd like to attempt to sneak attack it with my rapier.
Okay. It's hard to see, so you'll still have to do it with disadvantage.
I'm angry, so I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, because you're literally going to be stabbing at the sky. But I'm going to assume you can see it's kind of towards Celine here.
Great! Awesome. Wonderful. If I'm doing math correctly, that'll be a solid 9.
So you run forward towards Celine, knowing that it's by Celine. And you do have to drop back from your position here with Huck. You have to like run about 15 feet behind you. And you just start to stab at the sky. You're just shouting and stabbing into the air. But you do not find leverage on anything that hit.
Great, I'm gonna hide again.
Where?
Behind Celine.
All right, so you dip behind Celine and cower behind her. All right, sounds good.
I'm not cowering. You made that decision. I did not make that decision.
It's your turn.
So I can't see anything, really.
No, you cannot.
Well, that makes this a bit more doable. I'm just going to fly in the direction of Celine.
Okay, so you fly towards Celine, get closer to her. Okay.
Yes, and as I enter kind of the black abyss of cloudiness that exists around her, I'm just going to attack with my talons, kind of reaching out.
Sounds good. Roll with a disadvantage. Yes, you're doing the same thing Starla's doing. You guys are all just like clawing and putting your swords into the sky, but not finding any leverage this particular time. Which unfortunately moves us down to Druzilda, who it's now your turn to try to attack this entity.
All right, I'm gonna cast the chromatic orb again with cold icicle damage.
All right, with disadvantage, please. Did you roll your 2d20s to
Oh
hit?
yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
So 12 plus 6 is 18.
Yeah, with disadvantage, still hits. Yeah.
Okay. 24.
Nice. Nicely done. Yeah, you find some of that coldness once more latching on to this creature. As you can see, a secondary part kind of freeze, and there's no shape to it. It's almost like you're catching a wave. It looks like a wave of something as the ice kind of crystallizes over it. It's quite big in terms of its breadth, but right away that cold kind of shatters from it. But you seem to have hit something. All right. Any bonus action?
Bonus action, I'm going to run to Celine and kind of drape myself over, like
Protectively?
try to, protectively from wherever it seems like it might have been going at her.
All right, sounds good. You stand there, and then it's Celine's turn.
All right. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds upon myself
Okay, sounds good.
at the 2nd level.
You do so.
So I get 13 back.
Okay, sounds good.
And I still have my spiritual weapon.
You do, but you do have to move it closer to you because it's further away now.
Yes, so I will move it closer to where I last saw it when she hit it with her ice again. I'm
Sounds
going to
good.
go
You're
ahead.
able to move it forward that 20 feet and attack.
11.
To hit, no, unfortunately it goes wide. It's not able to hit this creature. So, back to the top of the round. Huck, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm getting kind of nervous seeing all my friends strike out, but I'm gonna do the same thing I was doing before and just
Run
slaps.
over. You're running over to the team on the other side and get a stabby in the air.
Uh,
They're about
yeah.
15 feet behind you. You're going to turn around and go over.
Yeah, do I get a sense that that's where...
Everybody right now is
Being
stabbing
attacked?
into the sky 15 feet behind you.
Okay, then
So
yeah.
You're going to run over and try a different area.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, 16.
16 to hit. That'll hit. Roll for damage.
Ooh, buddy. Thank you, dice. That was... Okay, so the first one does 5 damage.
All right. Sounds good.
And the second one, harken back. Oh, dang it, that was a nat 20.
Oh.
Ah! It's a 10.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't hit, but you're able to get something at some point as you can kind of feel the cling against your weapon, but that's about it.
I'm probably not able to do this, but I might as well ask. If I make contact with it, can I at the point where I make contact, cast Hunter's Mark.
I don't think mid-action you can do that. Let me double check.
It is a bonus action.
It says a creature you can see within range, very explicitly. So I would say no.
Okay.
All right. So moving along. It's its turn, as it's going to go for you again. All right. What's your AC?
11.
Am I
11.
blocking her?
First one does
Yeah.
hit. The second one does
Well,
not. It seems to be going explicitly for her right now. All right. That is going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits against your back and tries to crack into your back as hard as it possibly can. Buck continues to hide. Starla, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to dual wielding my daggers, because I have 2 weapon fighting.
Fight, fight, fight.
And I'm going to attempt one sneak attack as I just pop up, try to hop over Celine, or pop out from Celine, and just like not throw it, but like swing my arm around and try to attack this
Okay.
thing. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's nice. That's very, very nice. That is so nice. So the first one is going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit. Yeah, roll
Oh,
for damage.
good. Now I get to use a nice D4.
Oh,
5 points of damage.
Okay, sounds good. So you do find leverage on something and very successfully and gleefully feel accomplished in that.
And then I, since it's 2 weapon fighting, I get to attack with the other one now,
Yes,
right?
you do. Yeah.
Any good? No, okay, that's not as good. That'll be 12.
Yeah. So successfully, you kind of ping backwards, but realize that you completely lost the point of your query as you're stepping into the
Great.
sky.
And I'm gonna hide behind Celine one more time.
Sounds good. You take a moment, you dip behind Celine, and try to hide here. All right, Farouk, your turn.
I'm going to use my Radiant Sunbolt once again.
Okay, sounds good. You go up and you cast it above. Don't forget to roll with disadvantage, but you still can use it.
Let's hope. Well, a 1, so
Oh.
I don't even need to roll.
1-0
again.
is important. So you take a moment.
So that's a 6.
Yes, but 1s are always important in these games.
No.
So you take a moment and your hand goes up as you reach up towards the sky, and you shoot a beautiful radiant bolt. And it hits something because you guys can hear the right above you as you had hit one of the stalactites right above all of you guys.
Next time on the broadcast.
Plummeting from the sky,
Immediately, I'm going to dash.
pick up and swoop up Celine.
What was that?
It was gonna happen anyway.
Hey, I'm Kimberly Daugherty, and I play Celine Tessar.
Hi, I'm Kellen Coleman, and I play
Letty Marie Ricecroft.
Hi, my name is Alice Greczyn, and I play Druzilda Slinderon.
Hi, I'm Erika Fermina, and I'm playing Starla Highhill.
Hi, my name's Rachel Seeley, and I am playing Huckle Oakley.
I'm Kelly Lynn D'Angelo, your dungeon master and woman of many faces, creatures, and things unknown.
I'm Richard Quiner, and I produce this podcast in partnership with Wizards of the Coast.